What's up with Stephen King? He's turned his X profile into a rage bait against Elon Musk, but of course it never works. But there's something that happened last week that finally got the occasional response out of Elon, so what is it? Well, to back it up, Stephen King, for some reason, has developed a special kind of dislike to Musk's acquisition of Twitter back in 2022 and then a rebrand to X. Of course, that's despite the fact that he still wants to be present and active on the platform. In fact, he apparently misses the old Twitter so much that he insists on calling it by the old name. But in a fit of apparent rage against the platform and Elon Musk last week, he slipped up. Here's what Stephen King wrote. Quote, Elon Musk's increasingly loopy, not to mention fictional posts have nothing to do with politics. It's an attempt to gin up interest in X. It's all about business. To this, Musk simply replied, "You said X," with a smile, and he did. Well, you also say something that makes little to no sense, which is the idea that Elon Musk's antics on his platform are just a way to shore up interest in it. He may be going off of the financials of the platform, which have seen their ups and downs, but when it comes to the relevance and general popularity of the platform, stats reveal how the user base for X has been on a consistent rise practically for the last decade, and has only sped up after Musk's acquisition of the platform now grows to really about 430 million users. It also comes across as a relatively smaller number compared to Meta or Google's user base, but remember, X as a platform is less defined as entertainment or social media, and it's more of a social platform for uncensored political and just general conversation. That is in fact one of the biggest reasons that Elon Musk paid such a hefty sum for it to begin with, wanting to turn it into a global public square, and someone like Stephen King, who seems to spend his spare time criticizing the platform, still happy to use it frequently. Joe Rogan recently spoke about this in a conversation with Matt Walsh, ripping into how someone like King would so easily ridicule Elon Musk for things no one else is really even attempting to do.
Stephen King was making fun of him.
Right. Yeah, you have someone like Stephen King, like, rocket blew up. It's like, dude, what? Yeah, your rockets don't blow up because you don't build them. I mean, we just need people in the world. This is very much it's like the Teddy Roosevelt man in the arena, speech. You need people in the arena who are actually trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
Do important things. You need people like that.
Yeah.
And of course, social media gives a platform for people who are like not doing anything at all to just sit and snicker at the few people in the world who are trying to achieve something.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay too. That's their free speech. If that's what Stephen King wants to do today, let him go. Who cares? It's interesting to watch. All of it is interesting to watch. There's a lot of people out there that are fools, and they serve as education to others. You see the folly in their actions and behaviors and how stupid they look and how ridiculous this whole thing is. And it's there for you. You learn from those people.
And that's how you make yourself a subject. But if you look at most of Stephen King's tweets against Elon Musk or X, it's sometimes hard to pick apart what started this back and forth. But they did go into overdrive after Musk acquired Twitter, which really seemed to have gotten under Stephen King's skin. He wrote soon after the deal went through saying, quote, shops used to have a sign saying, if you break it, you own it. Elon Musk's motto seems to be, I own it, so now I'll break it. But if you go back enough and you find tweets that praise Elon Musk for Tesla, especially after Stephen bought one himself and said that, kudos to Elon Musk, who has begun a revolution in how the world drives and who has incredible visionary talent. I got an early Tesla and traded for another one. Wonderful cars, no autopilot for me, thanks. Normally one of these sarcastic jibes at one another would have to make sense, but it's certainly peculiar that someone like Stephen King, who has never even met Elon, would so unnecessarily be trying to vie for his attention and response. And at times it doesn't even feel like there's any real animosity between the two, and it's basically just playful banter that occasionally goes a step further. Stephen has also accused Elon of caving into conspiracy theories to drive traffic to X, writing, quote, just repeating, Musk doesn't believe the conspiracy theories and facts that he posts. It's just an effort to pump viewership to Twitter. More likely than not, this new series of tweets against Musk last week has likely come in after Elon Musk officially threw his weight behind Trump politically, even holding a long-form live conversation with him on X that was watched by millions. Predictably, Stephen King is no fan of Donald Trump either, and he's got a pretty long history of being solidly opposed to what he believes in a damaging political culture birthed by Trump. It seems to be a consistent theme around the segment of Hollywood and media to almost start defining themselves in opposition to a particular individual, whether that be Trump or Musk. And you can imagine how that scales when both of these people officially join forces, as they now have. But still, people like Stephen King this time seem to be the exception rather than the norm. That's because a large segment of Hollywood has been relatively silent on politics this time, probably after realizing the last two elections that the public doesn't really care what these rich celebrities think about politics, if they are so disconnected from the daily reality of millions of people. Perhaps that's what we're seeing here with Stephen King, but let me know in the comments how you see this, because we certainly won't stop seeing these kind of online political jibes to annoy people like Elon, who could probably care less.